Willie Fresh 992 says, here's a brighter side. Hearing Eddie's laugh always brings a big old smile to my dumb face. There you go.
Fuck yeah, Willie Fresh.
No downside to that one. So
Little Willie by Sweet should be your theme song wherever you go. It's the best song ever.
So we're getting some in right now from chat, but while I love to start with our own personal quandaries and issues.
Shit, fuck.
Ed, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've been kind of living my best life lately. I've been streaming, doing podcasts, being creative, doing the monthly sketch thing, doing like just really feeling pretty good here. But I will say we are planning for this wedding. I cannot wait to get married to the love of my life. All of that good stuff. I have a great woman. All of these things. I'm sorry I'm bragging right now, but I will also say that planning a wedding is very stressful.
Yes.
And lately more so than ever before, and especially because on top of that, losing weight for a wedding is stressful. I've started my weight loss attempt this week, cut out beer.
You don't have to lose weight for the wedding. I mean, planning the wedding seems more important than losing weight for the wedding.
I feel like I'm going to hide behind it as a good excuse to get my shit together because I feel, you can feel it.
I think fat wedding pictures and then you lose weight towards the rest of your life.
Okay.
And then you always look better. Like, wow, you look better now than you used to.
Always look better than your pictures at home. I love that thought. I've never thought of that before. Always put up the worst pictures of yourself around yourself so that
you're looking
you
good
always
now. You look like you're improving.
Ed, you're so smart. But what is the brighter side to being stressed about planning a wedding? Well, I guess it's that the wedding will happen at some point, and at the end of the day, it's about getting married to the person you love and not necessarily about the horrible infighting that will be happening all throughout that wedding.
Yeah, well, I would think that if you guys do this well, this is like a test to see if you can do the Amazing Race together.
Yes.
This is like a supermarket
to
sweep.
win real money.
Like, do we do supermarket sweep? Do we, go on the pyramid together?
Right.
This is a good way to find out if you guys would be good to be on a game show.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely the bright side to wedding planning, Ed. You found it. Now, Ed, do you have any personal quandaries, personal issues, personal anythings to speak upon before we get into chats, quandaries, and issues?
Not to brag for me, but I'm on vacation. This is the last moment of my vacation. I'm spending with y'all and
there you go.
Sweaty, thick-necked Holden.
There you go.
Here.
And I did go on a run just a little while ago, so I am currently sweating.
Holden was covered in sweat when
oh my God,
the door.
Dude.
And I had no idea he was on a run. I thought he was just taking a dump.
Well, yeah, exactly. Am I on a run or did I have the runs? We don't know. We'll never know.
But I just got back from family beach house with Jeff and the family. I went to the
great.
boardwalk like every night. I went crabbing with my Uncle Louie.
I saw that picture. I liked that picture on Instagram.
Thank you,
it was
Holden.
very nice.
I appreciate the gratitude.
The gratitude. I was grateful for that photo of you and your fucking big uncle. Y'all did look happier than I think I have probably in years.
Oh, man.
So,
I love it. It's so
5
much
a.m.
fun.
though. That's tough for me.
I got stung by a jellyfish.
Yes, you did. I don't know why
when
that's.
I was crabbing.
What's the brighter side of getting stung by a jellyfish?
The brighter side of getting stung by a jellyfish is I was crabbing in the middle of it, and I ate crab all night.
There you
I
go.
didn't give a fuck about my jellyfish.
Dude, I love crabbing. Did you throw the cages down with the fish heads in them?
Yeah, that's exactly
I love
what
it.
we did.
You just sit there and get drunk and then fucking pull them up?
Yeah, man. Well, we didn't drink. It was too early.
Oh, yeah, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah. So
right.
we just ate Jersey Mike's.
There you go. Hey, Amber, what's happening? Amber is Anelso 5. That's Amber. Amber, the other host of The Brighter Side. I'm essentially sitting in for her, technically, at this moment in time.
Yes.
Brighter side of jellyfish seeing, says Tommy said, what is that it gives you an excuse to piss on yourself in public. Very well. I was very upset that Julie didn't piss on Ed because of the jellyfish sting.
Julie wasn't there. I'm not making my Uncle Louie piss on me. And you don't need it.
It's not like he's rubbing his fucking cock and balls on your fucking elbow. He's just pissing on it.
It was a normal jellyfish. It was just like it was like a translucent fucker. It wasn't that bad, but they were everywhere.
By the way, do not let your uncle somehow trick you into thinking that rubbing his cock and balls on your elbow is going to somehow cure the jellyfish sting on your fucking inner thigh, okay? It's not going to happen, all right?
It's not going to be what's going down for you.
We've got some love for Amber in chat. Sharp Pirate Robert says, howdy, Amber. Pixel friend saying, yay, Amber. Missed opportunity, says entrapment for the pissing, not for the Amber. Amber's here. And also, Amber is the best from RoboKey. If your uncle won't piss on you, is he even family? Exactly. We have early brighter sides I want to get back to right now. The brighter side of food poisoning. The brighter side of food poisoning. Empties you out.
Clean it.
Cleans your system. It's like a cleanse that you didn't ask for, but at the end of the day, you are cleansed. Right?
I mean, it leaves a good story. I remember I got a brighter side. I got diarrhea, food poisoning from food that I ate on Christmas.
Can we call diarrhea brighter side now? Oh,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
I got a
yeah.
bad case of brighter side this morning.
Well, it's like getting that out. You get, like you said, it was. But I ate a bunch of old fish. Because we had tradition in my family. We eat a bunch of fried fish on Christmas Eve, and then you take the fish and you put it on a plate, and then you put it in the car and you wait to leave. It's always 32 degrees outside, so it doesn't matter that it's like sitting in the car. You know, it's like being in a cooler. But this was the Christmas when it was like 65 degrees outside, and then we left it in there for a couple hours, and me and my mom both got horrible food poisoning.
Oh.
And then I had to like ride a bus back to New York on Christmas with food poisoning. It was a nightmare.
This is the difference between you and me. Ed, I think I may have gotten food poisoning once. How many times in your life do you think, estimate, ballpark, have you gotten food poisoning?
I mean, real deal food poisoning?
No, all food poisoning, not real deal
No,
food
because
poisoning.
there's a difference. There's like light food poisoning
What?
that's like half like a day. You
What?
know, but then
No,
there's
that
other
counts.
food poisoning
That
lasts
counts.
forever.
No, it all counts. How many times? Light and heavy, how many times do you think you've gotten food poisoning?
At least like 6.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be way higher than that.
No.
If I were to play
6
over
is
under,
high.
if I were to play over under with you, I probably would have said 20 or 30.
20 or 30.
You seem to always get food poisoning. Remember when you ate the sushi too fast at the
I
Ridgewood
didn't. It
House?
wasn't food poisoning. I just ate too much sushi and I got sick. That's not food poisoning.
How many times? Okay,
was just
better,
like- that was-
better question. How many times have you made yourself sick from eating
I
too
mean,
much?
last night I had it was awful.
Jesus, what did you eat? All right, what did you eat? How
Look,
much did
Ed
you
is
eat?
right. You know, yeah. Do not eat old fish. Thank you, RoboKey. I won't anymore. I learned my lesson.
Fiffin Perps asks, my wife thinks Ed is hot. How do I get to be as hot as Ed? But I would actually prefer to rephrase that question. My wife thinks Ed is hot. What is the brighter side of your own wife thinking Ed Larson is hot?
I mean,
Ed?
I'm a good-looking guy.
All right, please. I would say at the end of the day, you know what? Maybe she's not worth it, man. Maybe just move on.
I mean, it sounds like a very smart woman. Sounds like you're dating like someone. I mean, you're allowed. I mean, there's an old expression. It doesn't matter where you eat or where you work up your appetite as long as you eat at home.
We got
You know,
to.
this is what turns her on to fucking bang your ass out, then fucking give it up to her.
All
man.
right, we're not banging asses here. We're talking about
It's his-
sweet
you know,
love.
They could do whatever they want.
Make love to each other. Brighter side of scratching your fucking glasses. Look, Hog Love 74, Hog Love 74 actually I think is the name of the name. Hog Love.
Hog love?
Yes, loving them piggies.
Let's talk to Willie Fresh 992
Well, really quick, scratching your fucking glasses really fast. I will say the brighter side of that is
Oh, scratching your glasses?
I don't know because that makes me incredibly upset and sad.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you gotta get new glasses.
You get new glasses. You
Yeah,
can always
yeah.
get new glasses at least. Glasses aren't eternal. That is the brighter side. Glasses change. You can get new glasses.
Don't buy one pair.
You
If
can
you
get-
can buy like 3 pairs.
And the brighter side, I would say, in this day and age, is that you can go on, what is it, $40frames.com, I think I went to get glasses once. So, I mean, there are very cheap options out there. So, Willie Fresh 992, do you want to read or do you want me to?
You do it. You're such a good reader.
So I'm 26. I live with one of my parents and I work for their business. I want to move out and on, but I need the money and have nowhere else to go. I feel so stuck in life. Can't just up and out, though, have car payments and shit.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Oh, and Amber wants to know if Willie can live out of his car.
Yes.
And he says it's a car is a Golf and it's tiny as fuck. So
Okay.
yeah, it's best not to live out of your car.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you live with one of your parents. That's fine. You know, you work for their business. That's good. You got a good job, and when they die, it's gonna be yours.
Yeah.
You know, so that's nice. I mean, everyone needs money. Money's the ultimate problem. Money. I mean, no matter.
I
how
was
good
literally
you're
just
doing-
telling Ed, as some of you know, I got this like Subway commercial, and literally overnight it solved, I want to say 18 of my like 20 problems that I have. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, it really is obnoxious. Everyone says like more money, more problems, or like money's not everything. But at the end of the day, when it comes to your day-to-day struggle,
Yeah.
money is almost always some issue. And I have definitely felt relief monetarily from problems, and it made me happier. So fuck you, says money doesn't solve problems or makes you happier, because sometimes when you're broke like my stupid ass, it really does solve your fucking problem. Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Or
well,
no, it was Biggie Smalls who
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. I mean, more money, more problems. But I understand that, man. I mean, you're always gonna have shit that bothers you. Right now, it's money. Next time it'll be something else.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. You know, it's fine. You're broke now, and you just work at getting unbroke, and you can't stress out about it because if you get down, then you're fucked. You know,
Yeah.
if you got to keep your head up if you're gonna make some more money. Nobody wants to hire a mopey piece of shit. No offense, Mopey. I'm not calling you a mopey piece of shit. I'm just saying don't be one.
Entrapment says, asks brighter side of oh fuck, where is it? It was I just saw
Amber left.
by the way,
She
have
had
a
to go
good
to
one,
work.
Amber.
We
Take
love
care.
you,
We love you, Amber. I got the brighter side. Cramps in my belly. Cramps in my belly.
Is this a man or a woman?
Entrapment, I believe, is a man, but could be a woman these days.
It sounds
Hey,
like a woman.
You never can tell.
Entrapment? I mean, come on.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they're always fucking misdirected questions.
Snaring
and
you
shit.
up in their little snares.
Yeah. I just like to answer a question, you know, and then you don't know there's a fucking trap right in there.
Ed, when are you not in trouble with a woman and on your day-to-day? Are you ever not in trouble with some woman that you know?
I'm never in trouble.
Are you not? I feel like you're perpetually. I feel like we always are. I feel like I'm always saying something to be in trouble with someone.
Oh, well, that's you. That's how you live your life.
You know.
I'm nice.
I
nice
love
to
seeing you,
everybody.
but Ed, you get in trouble sometimes, and I love seeing you in trouble. The tail between your legs, Ed, is
What are
very
you talking
funny.
about? When have I been in trouble?
You know, when the fucking lady's barking at you or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And you got it, and you're like, oh, no, I'm sorry.
First of all, you've never seen me argue with my lady.
No, not at all. I mean, like, apologize. I love seeing you apologize. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very fun to
always
watch.
real loud. I'm sorry. That's what it always is.
Let's see. What else do we have?
honk
I'm
my-
finally
what's-
starting to catch up with everything.
I honked my guts up on the first treat day after 6 months of eating healthy.
Oh.
So much Mexican food. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that is going to
You
happen.
always do that. I do that too. I mean, man, you just gotta be careful. If you're healthy, that means you've worked it out of your life, and it's not you're not supposed to be eating it anymore.
Exactly.
So just stay
exactly.
unhealthy, and you'll be just fine.
What else we got? We got Jake Young in chat from the Wizard and the
Jake.
Bruiser. Brighter Side is a safe place to share our true selves. And hey, give it to us right now. We're ready for them. I'm trying to find more. I did see one that made me a little sad, but we should maybe, you know what? Maybe we should actually go back and answer this question. Someone said the brighter side of no new episodes of Roundtable.
The brighter side of no new episodes of Roundtable is, whenever you get them, it's going to be great.
Whenever you get them, you know it's going to be great.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of old ones.
And there's so many old ones.
There's 300
and
episodes.
Every single person on that show is creating new content in their own way, including us right here, right now.
Absolutely.
So there you go. But I understand it's not the same as Roundtable. But it will.
Hey, man.
The other brighter side of Roundtable
You
is
think
it's
you
not
miss
done.
Roundtable.
We're not like most times when something goes on hiatus like this or whatever, that means everybody like hates each other. We all hang out all the time. Like
yeah.
we just don't live in the same space together. Like when we're in each other's cities, we hang out, we do shit together, we do stuff like this too. So the other bright side is nobody dislikes each other. Everybody's still friends. Therefore, we most certainly will do more more Roundtable rather in the future.
Yeah, no, it'll happen. It's just there's no point.
That'll happen.
Thank you. Holden. There's just no point in doing something half-assed, and I think that if you guys are true fans, you'll understand that. Because the only thing that would be worse than no Roundtable is new shitty Roundtable. And so that'll be fine. It's coming back, man.
Jake Young is bored from Wizard and the Bruiser asks, my girlfriend says my dick is too big and scary. Should I get a dick reduction surgery? Well, first of all, we're here to find the brighter side of your dick being too big and scary, not necessarily trying
You
to
should
find.
be happy you got a girlfriend.
You should be happy you have a fucking girlfriend. And
Yeah.
second of all, you know what? Stop torturing her with that thing, okay?
Yeah. Be nice. Put
be
it
nice.
in flaccid. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, put it in loose.
Be good to her. You know what? The dick reduction seems a little aggressive.
Yeah, I think a penis reduction maybe is a little regret.
You might be better off getting her vagina enlarged.
Dude, I'm sure this must. Men get that sometimes, right?
I don't know.
Is there a dick? I mean, it must exist.
I know you can take in your nutsack, but that's about it.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, would anyone really, at the end of the day, would a guy ever make his penis smaller? I think so, right?
I mean, if you have to, it's like women get breast reductions.
Vagina enlargement surgery is very funny. That would be fun, too. A woman getting her vagina greatly larger.
I
too.
need it bigger. Please.
Again.
I have to sit on a toy fire truck.
Is vagina enlargement surgery just birth?
I guess so, but you get sewed back up, I think.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like talking about this.
Why? What about ball reduction surgery for yourself, Ed? Because if you have an issue, that would be the issue.
I feel like that would just ruin the rest of my life.
Right.
Because the ball is a ball. You can't just slice off
it
the
in
end
half.
of a ball. You can't do that.
I'm not a doctor.
I imagine the middle just starts spewing out like an egg. Like if you cut an egg, the whole thing falls out.
Galveston says, there's this guy, let's call him Jake Old, that lies a lot about his penis being enormous. What's the brighter side?
I mean, if he's an old man and he's going to die soon, so, just let him tell his stories.
JT Dubs says, my partner and I are going on a staycation this weekend. What's the brighter side of a weekend of massages, sex, and robes?
I mean, you told yourself right there, man.
There you go. I'll tell you what, though. I have only had one professional massage before in my life.
Really?
Yes.
They keep telling you no?
Yes. I keep going in, and they keep saying no. And I keep going, skip to the end.
More
And
money,
they're like,
more
no.
money. No.
And I was like, oh, that's what more money, more problems is.
You're too big. You're too big. You're
Oh,
ugly.
right. Oh, okay, that's not how they talk. And so yeah, I went in. It was a couples massage, so just to make it even more kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I felt gross. I just did. I was just having, I think, a little swamp ass, and I was just feeling gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I felt uncomfortable to have a stranger. I was like, do I smell?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was maybe a little high, which was kind of maybe throwing me off a little bit. And yeah, I got in there, and then like halfway through the massage, she's like, "Are you okay? You seem like really tense or whatever." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, great. So let's just make it even worse." Like,
Yeah.
she didn't do it in like a nice way. She did it in kind of like a calling me out way. And I should have just vocalized and been like, "Sorry, this is my first ever massage." But I was just feeling so awkward. I just couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
It was a hot stone massage. There were elements of it that I liked. But at the end of the day, unlike so many other fucking people, I feel a little odd having complete strangers just touch me all over. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If she said you seem tense, you should be like, "Well, that's your fucking job."
Yeah, it's your job
tense
to make me less tense. I know. I should have really called her out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was my ex-girlfriend. This was not Lexi, and she was like in the room getting her own massage nearby, which was just sort of another.
I hate that.
It's
I
just
like
weird.
Couples massage is better to be in the same room.
Yeah, we were in the same room, but I just don't know what's the fucking point of a couples massage almost. You know what I mean?
You're both getting rubbed down, and neither of you have to work at it.
I almost feel like I would have preferred separate rooms, I think.
Really?
I do.
Both. I've had separate rooms in like shady, like Chinese places.
Okay.
And then we've had, we went to last summer for her birthday, for Julie's birthday. We went down to Key West, and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy us a really nice massage for your birthday. And I got a massage like on an island, like, looking at the sunset.
Oh, that's great.
And it's every time me and Julie get a couples massage, I always get the horrible one. And she always gets the
really good one.
She always gets the really good one.
That's funny.
Except once.
Okay.
In North Carolina.
That's funny that there always is an awful one and a good one. I think that is another part of it that is funny to me.
Yeah.
Like why can't they both just be decent? You know what I mean?
It's always like if it's two women, the sexier one will be on Julie, and I'll get the one who's just like, very aggravating. And if it's two men, like the sexier one will be on me, and she'll get the gross, ugly one. And that was what and that's its situation. That was in Asheville, North Carolina. This weird.
Yes, Asheville, lovely place.
But it was a weird little shady massage place. They're usually shady.
Yeah.
But we went in, and
well,
it was
that's
just
another
like
part of
two
the whole
dudes, and like one of them was like this big, weird, gross guy, and then another one was like this like hot, sexy dude, and then we're going in there like, all right. He's like, I'll take her, like that, like
the hot, sexy guy.
No, the big
gross guy. Okay.
And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Give her the hot dude.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here? I don't want
Right.
that fucking gross piece of shit grabbing on my lady.
Right.
I'd rather it be the hot guy.
Interesting psychology happening here. Interesting, because other people would be like, oh, I'd much rather the gross guy because I know she isn't attracted to that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're there, we're getting rubbed,
Yeah, we're getting rubbed. Enjoy the rub
as
as much as you can.
I'll
you
get
know
the
what I mean?
big gross guy and make him get technical, throw an elbow into my shoulder.
I would think this. I would think, much like what I think is probably what happens in this story here, is that wait, was the attractive guy better? The attractive guy was a better rub down?
I had a great time.
Okay, because I was going to say, I would actually go with the gross guys. I would almost think, that guy's probably got something. You know what I mean? Attractive guy, he's probably lazy. He gets by just being attractive.
It's a high school diploma.
Interesting. He was very stupid. He's very stupid.
All right, let's see.
We've got some coming in here.
Yeah, we ranted and we've been getting some brighter sides. So let's start reading these.
I've been getting supremely annoyed by my roommate and her new boyfriends constantly flirting right in front of me. I hate that. It's gross. I'm glad she's happy, but seriously, it makes me cringe. What's the brighter side of being a bitter, sad single person? I mean, the brighter side of this situation, in my opinion, is you can always be like, hey, can you fucking not knock your fucking shit off? Because you are a bitter, sad single person. And when you're bitter and you're sad, you got nothing left to lose. When you got nothing to lose, you choose your own fucking path.
I think that's bad advice.
Tell her to fuck off.
I think that you should, they're happy. It's love. I understand you're alone, but the sooner you get to love people being in love, the quicker you'll find your own love.
I mean, I think there's a part of me
if
that
you're
misses
sad,
that feeling.
And bitter, closed off, before, you will, it's not helping you. You got to keep it positive. You got to keep it happy. You should always be happy for other people in love, unless it's, a horrible person dating your mother.
I will also say this, though, about your situation. If you are at all a creative person, this feeling right here will drive you so much further to make interesting stuff than being, like, happy about their love. You know what I mean? So at least, if anything, take this, harness this fucking anger, harness this feeling, and make something with it, or move forward, or at least let it motivate you to do whatever it is you're trying to do in life. Make more money, exercise, whatever it is, but use that fucking aggravation at them. You know what I mean? Go out, go to a gym, go to a boxing gym, put their faces on the mat, on the fucking bag, and go nuts.
We definitely live our lives very differently.
I am angry. It's something because I'm 6'1", but I feel like an angry little man. You know what I mean? I feel like that, and it really does push me. It has pushed me. I will say my deepest, darkest, lowest moments were the moments where I really, I started writing that screenplay. I started, streaming on Twitch. I started doing these things. And even though it sucks in the moment, and even though you're just, you feel like you're just swatting at the air, it will lead to stuff, all right? It will lead to stuff. But yeah, maybe don't tell them to go fuck themselves or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, if they're being very gross, I don't know the extent that's happening right now. Yeah. I do not like PDA though. And at the end of the day,
they're in the house.
At the end of the day, I feel like I would be like, can you just cool it a little bit around? You can state that delicately and just be like, hey, it's just, and let them know your weakness. Be like, I'm sad and alone. This is me, not you. But if you could chill a little bit on the cutesy shit when I'm hanging out, if you guys could just be a little more, because at the end of the day, dude, Ed, I feel like the way I am with Lex, the way you are with Julie, when you guys are hanging out, it's you guys can be affectionate and stuff. I can be affectionate with Lexi, but when we're all hanging out, we're friends, right? Yeah. And I'm not looking at you and Julie being all ooh, and I hate when couples do that when I hang out with them.
Just making out with each other.
Just, being all cutesy and rubby and stuff. It's we get it, you're in love. This is the thing that pisses me off about new love, the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Is, you know what it is? It's every time, and I have very specific people who just do this over and over again, fall in love over and over again. Yeah. And every time you see them during that phase, they look at you I've got the secret. I've got it and no one knows it. I have the secret of happiness. I found it in this boy. I found it in this girl. It's motherfucker, everybody's found it. All right? Everybody's fucking found it, or at least most people have fucking found it at one point. What you feel right now is not original. Sonnets have been written. I have felt it. Ed has felt it. But we are now not past your phase into what I feel like is the true fucking wonder of a relationship when you're making it work.
Yeah, you're finding an apartment. Did you feed the dog?
Yeah.
Has he been on a walk?
Learn that and then tell me about your fucking secret. You don't know his bullshit yet. You have not learned it yet. You don't know her bullshit yet. As soon as you learn her bullshit and then you can live with her bullshit and you can accept her for her fucking bullshit and you guys can fight correctly. You guys can fucking make decisions together. Deal with the hard shit. That's real love, okay? Not your precious little honeymoon phase secret.
I mean, it's fun though.
It is fun. I get it. It's totally fun. But there's just something about it. I just hate it. I hate it when it's like splashed in my face. It's fine. Love your love. Live your love. But you don't have to like come at me with your love. Okay? I don't need to know about it.
Sounds good. You this really gets to you. I can tell.
I can't. When someone comes through my door and is like, it's just like, we're just so, and everything is just so, and I'm just like, yeah, I know.
I don't like watching my friends make out.
Ugh, no.
I don't, as much as I like love and all that shit.
I do like when, like, it's 3 a.m. and like the wrong two friends are making out at the, you know what I mean? And everyone's laughing and shit.
It's like, what are you two doing?
That's fun.
Stop it.
That is fun to me. But other than that.
I saw one that I wanted to talk about. It was
sure.
a fun one. I think I have a good solution for it.
Do you need me to like scroll back up here, or do you have it?
It was a real short one.
Okay, great.
I don't know who said it, but I have it in my. They said they lost their sunglasses at Kohl's, and I think that first of all you get new sunglasses, but here's something I've been always planning to do, and I need to put my money where my mouth is, and I think you guys can too. You find a pair of sunglasses you like, and then you save up. And they're cheap. You got to get a cheap pair. You get a pair of cheap sunglasses you like. You save up and you buy a case of them. So you have like 50 of them. And then when it gets dark, you throw them in the trash. And you leave them on a bench so someone else can have them. But then you got sunglasses forever.
And I like that brighter side that someone else can have them. At least the sunglasses that you lost at Kohl's, maybe someone who really needed a pair got some.
Absolutely.
By the way, girl named Katie, okay, I'm going to read her thing, and then I won't go back to this anymore, but this is ridiculous, okay? I think she needs to ask them to cool it out. Last night, he went to the car to grab something. He was gone no more than 4 minutes. She yelled, "I miss you," and they kissed when he came back. Okay, so yeah, they need to knock it off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They need to knock it off a little bit. That's all.
It's cute. It could have been a joke.
So my student loans, says Hitchhiker, got delayed by 3 weeks. And I am essentially broke, which means I'm going to have to add to my already considerable credit card debt.
Yep.
Could I get just a bit of bright side so I don't feel like a terrible debtor?
Man.
Everyone is in debt, so there's the brighter side. You're not alone.
Are you ready for this? You done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Rock and roll pasta, all right? Eddie's rock and roll pasta. You get some pasta. You get some butter or some oil. You got pepper. You got salt. What spices do you have? You put it all together. It's a little spicy. It's a little tangy. You get full. It costs $1.99. Rock and roll pasta. That's how you live your life.
There you go.
I used to have an old saying in college. If you're hungry and you're too broke to buy food, go to sleep. And then
Yes. I mean, honestly, right now I'm doing this intermittent fasting thing, and it's just like, yeah, dude, I start to get hungry, I just go to sleep.
yeah, you're going to get good at budgeting through this.
Yes.
Like I said,
And you're going to lose weight.
every time you get broke, you will get out of it. It
Yeah.
will take a while, and you just work towards it, and you get strict, and then you just get out of it.
And the worst is that, almost the annoying part is that years later you will look back on that time and actually look at it fondly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because you learn some shit.
Yeah.
And it'll help you for the rest of your life. Turning lights off in the house, make sure you're, living your life the best frugal way you can. And you'll be learning how to conserve energy and become environmental.
I love this from Eleanor the Horror. Couples aren't real couples until they've survived food poisoning together in a hotel room.
Oh,
I think that is so true.
That is
I think
smart.
that is so true.
Me and my lady have never gone through food poisoning
But she's
together.
been there for you.
And I've been there for her.
And you've been there for her, and that's when it is. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I've probably given away too much about her information, but she didn't realize when we first started dating that if you don't clean your water bottle, it eventually grows bacteria. And I was just like, you got to clean that every once in a while. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, you're gonna get sick. And then she got sick after like 3 weeks later. And then it was obviously from the water bottle bacteria. And then now she knows. Now she cleans her water bottle. She's got the cleanest water bottles anyone I know.
There you go. Mega Maiko says, also, this is my first time seeing Ed IRL, and he's beautiful. That's so amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's almost like when people come on the stream and go, hey, you're not as bumpy and slimy as people say.
Well, yeah, no, we just like to insult each other because it's fun.
Yeah, because it's fun. Round table, it's fun.
Yeah. It's,
How's wedding planning going again? Actually, I will say it's going delightfully, and I think that really comes down to the women in my life loving each other. My fiance and my mother love each other,
Hell
and
yeah.
and they're working together so well to get
Well, they're
this wedding off
essentially
the
same
ground.
person.
So she's becoming. Lexi is like starting to become the mother. She literally just texted me because she was like, hey, I made you a smoothie. It's in the fridge, and I left a $20 bill by your wallet because you probably need it for laundry and blah blah blah. And then she just wrote a follow up like, I'm turning into your mother by the day, and it is so true. It is so true. Nerdy Yurdy has a real juicy one for us. So I'm gonna read this
I
one
love
right
juicy
now.
ones.
Oh, big juice. He's got a big old juice.
Squirter?
Absolutely. If there was an issue in someone's life that could squirt, this would be it. I have bipolar disorder.
Sorry.
Suffer every day from it. Found out I don't have diabetes today. Woo!
All right.
Just found out I have a 3mm shard of glass is deep inside my hand, and I need surgery to get it out ASAP before it cuts off a vein.
Oh, yeah, get that out.
Also, I'm desperately single and have been for years and don't know how to find someone. I hate Tinder, etc. It never works. What's the brighter side of that?
Well,
Very
that's
multi-tiered.
several things.
But let's
It's
unpack it.
All right, let's take it one by one.
Let's unpack it.
You have bipolar disorder. You fucking know you have it. And you're not in denial, and you're trying to fix yourself and make yourself better. And that's more than most people with bipolar disorder.
Your mother had bipolar or no?
No, but
I'm thinking of other mothers. I'm thinking of different people's
in my
mothers.
family who have
Right,
bipolar disorder.
and it is a lifelong struggle.
And a lot
but
of people just like stay fuckers and don't treat it.
Because it's
they're
hard, and I
ignorant
get
and stubborn.
And what's difficult is it's very difficult because when you start to treat it, usually you don't just immediately find the stuff, the medication balance that works for you. So
Yeah.
you end up having awful different side effects to, not being able to fuck or like throwing up all the time, or whatever it is. Like different medications have different side effects, and it's very hard to find the right balance, and then it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, there are, answers out there. There are ways to get right. I mean, just look at, for the best example really is Marcus Parks, right?
Yeah.
Who has taken, who has embraced his problems with this kind of stuff and has fought with it all his life and has ended up in as low as you could get mentally in his life, really before we met him. And now
That's why he's so good at digging.
Yes, yes. And he took that and he turned around. And I don't think Marcus would be as successful as he is without the problems he has struggled with in his life. Yeah. So, I mean, that I think would be the brighter side there for that. Don't have diabetes is great. The shard of glass, first of all, do you know why you got the shard of glass in your hand? Because I would love to just know out of my personal curiosity.
3 mil. I mean, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you get a big splinter and you don't even realize it. Or you cut yourself, you didn't realize it went in your hand, and you could have just fucking pulled it out. It just happens by accident sometimes. This happened to my friend with her foot. She had her foot. She was limping for like a month, and she didn't know what was going on. And then she got it, and then she realized she had a big piece of glass in her foot.
So crazy. My grandmother had a similar thing where it was like a nail in her leg, and she had no idea how does that happen.
It just happens.
How do people end up just getting stuff in them like that?
I get stubborn. If something hurts, I'll walk it off.
Oh, cool. Nerdy Yurdy's a glass blower. That's fucking
you're a
dope.
Glass blower. That is pretty fucking
Hey,
cool.
if you want to send us some pipes, I won't fucking scream at you for it.
All right. Well,
the good. I mean, I think the main brighter side is you
found
it. You found it.
It's gonna feel so good.
If you hadn't found it in time, and it cut off the vein, you'd be in probably. What would you have to get it amputated or so? Yeah. Would you? So the fact that you found it, or that the doctors found it, or whatever, is incredible. And then desperately single. It's a real shame about Tinder in a way because it's like if you don't operate like that, like so many people have had success with that. But so many other people don't. It's not good for them. It was kind of like Murder Fist and YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like we were masters of like the live show, and then but as soon as we got to New York to like really become strong in our live show game, all of a sudden it was like you got to make something viral about Facebook. You know what I mean? And it's like we don't. That's not what we fucking do, and I don't know how to translate what we do live to a fucking 30-second YouTube video. You fucks.
I never done Tinder. I don't really like online dating. I think it's weird and shady, and you don't have to do it. And I understand that being single could be lonely, but at the same time, you can also just relax and go see movies and stuff. I found a way to love being single, and I think because I loved being single, I became attractive.
Yeah, I think leaning into your interests and leaning into just what
get good
makes
at
you
shit.
happy, and then just try to figure out how to become social with your interests as opposed to trying to find someone to fucking love. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just get out there, just be around people, and then maybe there will be somebody around.
And you'll find someone who has similar interests by accident. and
Yeah,
it'll be
exactly.
great.
Exactly. So I would just say, lean into that. When it comes to Tinder, my only advice is this, because I did do OkCupid for a little while.
Yeah.
And when I first started, I was like doing horribly. I just couldn't get couldn't snare anyone into like a blind date. And then I revised my entire profile and all of the pictures that I used.
Yeah.
And I started changing it and just changing my profile up and tweaking it and making it better and just cutting and paste and just trying different approaches with the Tinder profile itself and ended up getting like way better results.
Yeah.
Like I chose different photos. I chose different, the different stuff for the about me side. I made it more like fun and silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just, and maybe talk to somebody who who maybe could get, if you could show it to somebody and be like, look at this. What do you think when you see that? If you have a male or female friend, depending on what you're trying to be up against sexually, show a friend, a confidant, your profile and be like, what do you see when you see this? What does this get you horny, baby?
And one last thing about your giant set of problems here, nerdy erd. I would say the bad word, the N word, and your whole long thing there is the word desperate. Desperately single. I mean, you should never. Desperate is the killer of happiness. You can't do it. Don't get nuts about it. And once you get desperate, you're gonna find yourself in a horrible situation. You're gonna find yourself with some fucking jerk off who's a piece of shit because you're desperate. Don't be desperate. Fucking live for yourself. You're a good person, and make them want you for you.
Ernie Permer says, I'm not in debt, but I didn't go to college. Brighter side of not going to college. Well, I think Ed, I was about to say, Ed, what do you got for us?
I love anyone who doesn't want to go to college. Like my little cousin who's 19, I was just talking to him, and I definitely did not tell him to go to college. I was just like, you don't have to go to college.
Right.
You figure it out and you live your life.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're starting to learn that going to college for some people can be the absolute wrong route. It puts you into horrible debt. Depending on what you want to do with your life, a degree at this point means so little. Depending,
you can
it's
become a freaking senator and not have a college degree.
Right.
You can't become a doctor, but that's how it is.
I went to college, but we have free education in my country. Maybe move. There you go, blue vitriol out in Europe.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Maybe don't be a jerk when you offer advice, you cocksucker.
All right, please. Jesus, Ed. You took a heavy turn. We love blue vitriol here in this chat. What else do we have? Marcus is a huge role model for me, says Nerdy Yurdy, the one with the bipolar. Thank you, Eddie.
Course.
I worked so hard to treat it, referring to the bipolar. So many side effects. Nerdy Yurdy also says something about something about you guys are giving the best advice ever. Thank you so much for talking about my problems. No problem. That's what this show is all about.
We're here for you, baby.
What's the brighter side of my 6-year-old refusing to go to sleep so I can live without getting swamped in questions about bees and the concept of death?
I mean, that's kind of cool that their brain's working like that. You're going to have a smart kid on your hands. Just right now, it's a big pain in the ass. But if they're asking you questions all night, that means their brain's absorbing shit, and they're going to be fucking interesting as hell when they get older, and they're going to get jobs, and then they're going to be able to pay for your death. And that's going to be to me, that is why you have children, to make sure that they are able to take care of you when you're an invalid and stupid and you think, everything goes backwards. So congratulations, you got a smart kid.
Here we go. What else do we have here?
We got Eleanor the Whore's got one.
Eleanor the Whore, brighter side of my house is being invaded by crickets and I can't sleep and I can't find them. I run around my house all night following the sound. When I get close, they go quiet. When I try to explain my problem, I sound like a crazy person. That is a great, have you
tried glue traps?
Oof. Try glue traps?
Yeah, put some glue traps behind your fridge. They're usually behind the fridge, or this happened to me in LA. They're behind the fridge, or they're behind the washing machine a lot. I know it's a pain in the ass to move those fucking things. Throw some glue traps down there and fuck those fuckers up. Or maybe if you don't have a problem with it, get a cat. That cat will kill the fuck out of those crickets in your house. And then you'll love that cat even more. That's what's so good about having a cat or a dog, because they will get to the bottom of that shit.
Dr. Niles Crane says, Holden, what's the brighter side of me having all this salad and scrambled eggs? They're calling again. What do I do with them? Dr. Niles Crane, welcome back to the chat. Gotta love you. And every time you come in here, we sing the theme song, and I love you for it. Jin Gore has talked about this before. This has already been said. Been on dialysis 4 years. Fucking sucks dick for multiple reasons. Call my hospital about where I'm on list. I watch what I eat, etc., etc. And they said I'm in the top 25%, but still have another 5 to 6 years of being on it after at earliest in order to get a cadaveric kidney. I just feel apathetic. Can't take much more of this shit. I give myself 3 more years of this shit.
Man, that fucking sucks.
How's your dad doing, Ed?
I mean, he's on dialysis, and he's on it intensely right now. He's doing it every night. And to be honest, your depressing thing is like a positive for me, because I thought he was become by the end of the year. But finding out that you're on it for 4 years is, that's nice. It's nice to know you can live on it. I know it's a real pain in the ass, and it drains you physically and emotionally, but at least you got on that fucking list. My dad's not allowed on the list. They told him he can't get one because he's too old and he doesn't, matter as far
Brighter
as
sides, you're on the list.
Yeah, man. Top 25%. I know it's going to take a while, and you're, but it's. I mean, shit. You're working towards it.
Yeah.
And you're not sitting there and just waiting to die, and you got to do it, and that's really cool. And I don't know. I'm proud of you, and thank you for helping me with your problem.
There you
go. I don't know how else to say it, but stick it out, man. It's a fuck, and it's okay to realize you're in a bad situation. It just like you are in a bad situation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and you have to decide if you want to stick it out or if you want to fucking toss in the towel. And it sounds like you want to stick it out. It's just a real pain in the ass, but you got to do it. And do anything you can to make yourself happy. If you're lied up, listen to your favorite music, listen to, watch your favorite movies. And if you can go out, do everything you love to do, because that's what's going to make you want to keep on going. And you're going to be sick. You're going to be sick for a while until you get this thing fixed. And you just have to, once you accept it, you'll start getting better. I promise.
My problem is Nerdy Yurdy. Going back to Nerdy Yurdy's dating quandaries.
Yeah.
My problem is that I'm really good at hookups, but I can never find relationships. That's why I'm trying to find the brighter side. Guys see me as a piece of meat, but don't want to date me. Yeah, Nerdy Yurdy. Well, I would definitely say then probably Tinder's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
So
Tinder's definitely not
sounds
the
like
way
you
to
have a
do
lot. I mean, just the glass blowing.
It's just cool.
That is such a cool thing that I would immediately have a million questions about. I think it's definitely, you're definitely ready to I will say this though. It's like, if you've been hooking up with people and stuff like that, that means you know how to flirt, you know how to hook up and stuff. So that's already almost half the battle in a way. I remember when I only used OkCupid to just sort of get me back on the scene, just comfortable talking to women again and just being flirtatious with strangers. And the moment I felt like I was seeing enough people outside of doing OkCupid, and I was talking to women enough, approaching women enough at house parties or what have you outside of online dating, was the moment I just immediately quit OkCupid and just started dating women in the real world. I met Lexi and stuff, and I think that's going to be the way you're going to go. So at least the fact that you were sexually desirable by men helps. So it sucks the way men are. It sucks the way women are when they're single. Mm-hmm. Everyone's playing games with each other. If you live in New York, it's really difficult. Yeah. Because everybody just is so flaky and everybody just wants to fuck and flee, and there's just so many options out there. Yeah.
I also did that for 7 years in between my relationships.
Yeah.
Just hooked up randomly with people and that was it.
Just disgusting.
And, that's what happens, and then, you do it and you do it until you find someone.
There you
Don't be so worked up about finding someone.
Yeah.
I know I said it earlier, but that's your killer.
The moment you
that's your fucking killer.
The moment the moment you stop caring is the moment something goes down.
Yeah.
Strontium Doug says, well, lads, house tricks. I used to be super creative, but after several deaths in the family, I found that side of me has just left.
Yeah.
Is it true shrooms help with getting back in touch with your creative side? Yeah, I mean...
I don't want to tell anyone to do drugs, but it works for me.
I mean, I think you can advocate for a psychedelic experience to help somebody not only
It helps with PTSD. We know that.
You know, I was listening to an interesting podcast. Joe Rogan had this like psychedelics expert on, and he was talking about how their theory is that psychedelics essentially just remove like the super ego, or essentially like the ego, the thing that is your police officer in your brain that controls the mother in your brain, that sort of edits you and gets, you know, kind of polices you in the way that you act and think and speak. And it removes that, so you just have this like this id left, this, and it just opens you up. So I think that it can actually be very beneficial for it. I think that it's also not I would absolutely recommend that if you're thinking about it. Maybe try to get some kind of a guru or somebody who can like get you through it. There's a lot of options out there now where you don't have to just like get together with your grubby bros and like do, you know, just like walk around a city or something just freaking out. Like you could go, there are places you can go and like do this and have it be cared for and done very well, you know. So I would absolutely advocate that.
And also microdose. You know, I like eating mushrooms, but I also don't like getting fucked up beyond belief anymore. And so I'll eat like a cap and go see a movie, you know, or something like that. Or I'll eat a cap and go do something. And like, it's fun. You're just get a little bounce in your step, and it's okay. Listen, we have a whole episode about mushrooms on Brighter Side. Check it out. We interviewed someone who microdoses to deal with their PTSD. And if for some reason you eat too much mushrooms, I always say this. Just remind yourself. It's actually probably a good advice for the nerdy nerd with her bipolar disorder. Is when you start getting the naughty thoughts, remind yourself it's the mushrooms. It's the bipolar disorder.
Right.
This isn't how what I want. I'm gonna ride this out, and I'll be okay in a little bit. You know, and it's just like I think that it's. I know it's easier said than done, but at the same time, you got to remind yourself you're on the drug, and you're gonna get better, and it's all gonna ride out in a little bit. I mean, it's fun. If you know how to do it, it's fun, and it can help you be creative. Also, if you want to be creative and remember what you got creative about, I would say talking to your phone, don't try and write notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking to you, because once you start writing notes, you're not going to understand anything.
It's going to make no sense.
Yeah, so, I mean, you go ahead and you're talking to your phone, and that's how you're going to keep your thoughts from when you're tripping.
All right, we've got a little over 5 minutes left. Thank you so much, Gladwell, for the donation. Really appreciate it, buddy. Fuck yeah, dude. We've got a little under 5 minutes, or over 5 minutes left, so we're going to do this right here. What was I gonna say? We're gonna do Ruby Rhubarb 7's quandary. Brighter side of being too scared to drive and not being able to get a job because of it. Public transport is also scary for a big tittied gal in a dangerous part of town. How do I stop being a little bitch?
You know, I understand. That's tough.
That's
you know,
tough.
That's something that's advice
I
I'm
couldn't
not
imagine
good with.
being a woman in the city.
Yeah.
I have heard so many things. Like, I can't even imagine a day in the life of what Lexi deals with when she leaves this apartment and is in the city. The shit that she's told me about, it is tough. It is very tough. And it is a bit of a catch-22.
It's hard. It's hard. I mean, I don't know. It's something that I have never experienced personally. And it's weird. I know I'm very privileged for that, but I feel bad that I don't know how to properly deal with this because I've never had it happen to me in my life. No one fucks with me when I walk around.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I get to walk around.
I like walking around with Ed because, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, if you could find somebody who'd be willing to escort you, I will say this. The brighter side is this. You have options. You have options, okay?
If you got money, you can Uber. If you don't live far from work, that's what I do.
None of the options are necessarily great, but there are lesser of two evils options here, and you can definitely choose one. Go for it. You know what I mean? Like, so I would just say, you know, weigh your options, pick the least worst one to you, and make a change. Whether that's going to driving school and getting a car, whether that's whether that's just, you know, getting some mace and a fucking whistle and fucking dealing with it and getting on the bus. You know, whether that's like just saying, fuck it, I'm just going to deal with this for 1 year and move to a better part of town. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like whatever you can do I think at the end of the day, you're going to have to write down all of your options and write down all of the pros and cons to each of them and just pick the lesser of the evils.
You know what? If you did, what you could do is someone who could really help you with advice for this. Mary Kelly, who's usually with us on Brighter Side. She's great with advice like this. She's like thwarted people trying to be piece of shit to her. You could write an email to lastpodcastnetwork@gmail.com.
There you go.
And Mary will answer it, and she will give you better advice than me and Holden can give for this because, truth be told, I mean, you're trying to, you're dealing with a really hard situation that is just like actually dangerous, and I can't give you the wrong advice because if something happens to you, I'll fucking not be able to sleep at night. And so talk to someone who is dealing with this, and I will say that person is Mary. And so
there you go.
Or Amber even, and the two of them will have much better advice because Mary just got a car, and I know in New York she didn't have a car,
and
she was
drove
walking back and forth to the creek all the time.
Oh, and that was rough,
Amber doesn't have a car; she's walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard. A piece of advice Amber always gives is there's this really psycho dude who dresses up like Superman, and she became friends with him because she's like, if he ever shoots everyone up, he's not going to be me. You know, so it's like one of those. I'm not saying go make friends with the crazies. I'm just saying talk to some other women.
But kind
who deal
of,
with
yes.
this.
I've heard of this before. I think it was again another podcast I was listening to. Was it Joe Diaz? I think or something like that.
Coco.
And he had a guest on. I love his podcast. And he had a guest on. I don't know if it was him talking about it or if he had a guest, but he fucking made friends with like he would slip this big dude, this big homeless dude. He would just slip him like a 20 spot like once every couple weeks or so because he knew that if any shit went down, that fucking guy would have his back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's literally a down payment on protection. So maybe find some of the more kind of bigger homeless guys that are in the strip that you walk, make friends with them, give them a little cash to say, hey, if anyone's fucking with me, you know who's got my back, right? You got my back, right?
Yes, hopefully.
Not a bad idea.
But
Not
that's
a bad
also
idea.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Yeah, he's psycho. He's
and
crazy.
You're
person.
a nice big titted woman. So.
And use those bang them, hit them with the breasts.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
probably some kind of breast boxing or something she could learn. Some breast kwando.
Think about that. Yeah. So you just beat him with your titties.
Tom Thompson Hip Hop says Holden is a god, and also what up, Eddie? So interesting. Thank you so much for that. What else do we got here? Before we close it out, we got time for like one more. What else we got? A lot of people showing a lot of love.
Scary Lion real quick.
Scary
Off
Lion.
topic, but whatever happened to that video I donated to your Kickstarter for?
Oh, we have it.
Yeah, you should have gotten it in the mail.
Yeah,
if
hit us
you-
up.
yeah.
Hit us up. We have the DVD.
If you didn't get it in the mail and you donated enough for it, it's fine. And it's all the YouTube videos that
Yeah,
came out. The
and
last,
it's
the
on
last,
YouTube.
Like 15 Murder Fist videos.
But
That's what you
we
paid for.
compiled it into one thing. So if you really do, hit me up, and I think I have some somewhere.
I got a bunch of copies too.
So maybe hit Ed up, and he'll
Yeah.
mail it out to you, dude. So yeah,
we'll
please do that.
Yeah, we'll totally make sure you get it.
It happened. We made it. It obviously didn't like cause a huge fucking splash, but it's definitely
Thanks
a product.
for bringing up things that fuck us up.
But it is done. We are proud of it, and we would love to send it out to you. So
All
there
right,
you go.
Scary Lion. I'm sorry you feel ripped off, bro. So do we.
Scary Line says, coolio. Hell yeah. But not 70 says, I have to get out of here. But Eddie, I love the Brighter Side so much, especially the drinking game episodes. I heard you guys got real fucking wasted on the last one.
I mean,
Jackie was telling me.
when Jackie's around, they go up a notch. I'll tell you that much. Thank you for listening to us. They're the best. And thanks for the 15 years of Murder Fist.
Oh, hell yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you, Blue
guys.
Vitriol. And thank you, Blue Vitriol, also for gifting Nerdy Yurdy a sub. That is so nice of you. And thank you again to Gladwell for that generous donation. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. So I think we're going to call it. What do you got? You got one last one?
Let's do this last one right
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Say, was it J3NN Gore 387?
Jingor. Yeah.
Jingor, yeah. You said something about watch movies that make you happy or some shit. What's happy? Holden is the movies I watch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just here all day, man. You can just come hang out.
Hey, man, it's what makes you. It's honestly, for me, it's movies and music. But whatever you like, that's what you fucking do, man.
There you go.
And you get into it. And I'm glad you watch Holden because someone fucking
has to. Someone needs to. We've had a lot of people watching today. It's been so much fun.
Love
Thank you
you
again,
guys.
everybody. And you can catch this whole episode again on probably the Brighter Fireside actual
Yes.
feed, so that'll come out for you. Until then, take care. We're going to play some Reformed Horrors.
Actually, Horny. I love this fucking song. Enjoy it. Listen to it. Listen to the Reformed Horrors. They're unbelievable.
Please.
They're one of the most underrated comedy bands in the fucking world. You just go see them live. They're going to do a tour down south soon. Go check them out. Here is my favorite song, Horny, by the Reformed Horrors.
And join us for Jack and He's Dating Sims at 6 p.m. ET tonight for her birthday stream. Here we go with Horny from the Reformed Horrors. Take care.
Everybody loves a roll in the hay. Throw your hands up if you got laid today. You're lucky 'cause I feel like I'm gonna explode if I don't find someone to plug my hole. I'm a single gal out there looking for a cowboy who can get me cooking. He can straddle my hide like in a rodeo, but only if he can keep up with a libido. I'm horny, me so horny. Doesn't make me a whore to say yes, sir. I'm horny. I wanna find a man and tear him apart, or maybe make love to a girl at Kmart. But times have changed, you need a safe arrangement, or you'll wind up dead in somebody's basement. There are plenty of people